Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. Everything is going well here. Um, it's hot, but nothing new to report. All right, so in this video, I want to talk about something. I received a few questions about this, and I just said, you know what, let me just talk about it, okay? So if you're thinking about moving to Spain, working in Spain, um, some of you may be wondering, well, obviously, because I received some questions, is it possible to work in Spain without learning Spanish? All right, guys, so before I actually answer this, I have to stress that learning Spanish is a huge benefit. I mean, you live in another country, take advantage of it, learn another language. But to answer this question, it really depends on your job. Okay, so as you know, if you've been watching my videos since the beginning, I've explained before that when I came to Spain, I didn't know Spanish, but I learned because, well, I live in Spain and I felt that it was necessary. However, I never had to use Spanish for my work. So, for example, if you are an English teacher, you really don't need Spanish. Actually, despite of everything I said, actually it's kind of easier if you don't speak Spanish because when you have students that will speak to you constantly in Spanish, sometimes you have to fight the urge to reply back in Spanish. And if you don't speak Spanish, this is never a problem because when you're teaching, you're supposed to use English. However, if the student has a very low level, Spanish can be useful. Other jobs, for example, if you're working in tourism like hotels or restaurants, you probably won't need to use Spanish because all the tourists will speak English and they won't speak Spanish. However, if you have jobs like doctor, dentist, I don't know, receptionist, administration, customer service, computer programming, these types of jobs, you will need to know Spanish because you'll be interacting with a lot of Spanish customers. And even if the job is international, because I've talked to certain students that, work international and that's why they're learning English, your coworkers will speak Spanish. You'll have meetings in Spanish. If except for international meetings, that will probably be in English. But if you know Spanish, it's going to help you a lot. But technically, it is possible to work here without speaking Spanish. But again, it depends on your job. Now, for me, as an English teacher, I rarely use Spanish. Now I'm a freelancer and I have my own business. So everything I do, I do myself. But sometimes I may have a Spanish customer that's interested in my store and they may have questions, and obviously it's going to be in Spanish, so this helps. But teaching English, no. Sometimes if the student had a really low level and I had to explain something, or if there was an emergency, if I was teaching kids and there was an emergency, then I would use Spanish because I want to make sure they understand what I'm saying. But if you are thinking of moving here, you really should consider learning Spanish. And it's not that difficult. I mean, I've done videos showing you how I learned Spanish. And trust me when I say this, if I can do it, anybody can do it because I am, number one, lazy. If I was still in the US, I probably would never have learned Spanish. But living here, I was forced to learn. And I'm really glad that, I had this opportunity. So if you're thinking about coming here without learning Spanish, really look at what type of jobs you want to do so you can utilize your English. Now, having said all this, if you speak English and Spanish, you will be so marketable. There was a student that I had, she told me that she was learning English because of her job, and she said that she has master's degrees, experience, and she applied for a job that she was qualified for, but they gave it to someone else who didn't speak Spanish, only English, and didn't have all the qualifications, but they gave it to him because he spoke English. And the job was like an international job. So, you know, I felt like, okay, well, she could have learned English, you know, but that's why. So it motivated her because she was like, I cannot believe that they hired this person over me. You know, I'm more qualified, but he spoke English. So English is very, very important in Spain. This is true. I cannot deny it. But Spanish is important too. So think about that. If you do decide to come here, I'll leave some links in the description box that can help you find employment. Yes, everything I'm going to be linking is in Spanish. I think you can change the language, but if you're searching for a job, yeah, that's something else too. If you're searching for a job in Spain, yes, all the searches will be in Spanish because that is the main language. So, you know, you can use a translator to translate everything, but yes, it's going to be in Spanish. Now, one last thing, for certain jobs, like for example, teaching, this is one of the exceptions again. For example, your resume, well, here it's called a CV, and it's a little bit different, but my CV was completely in English because I was applying for a job where I would have to use English. It was a skill set that they needed. So they wanted to see everything in English. When we had the interview was in English. They wanted to hear my accent. They wanted to hear, you know, how well I could speak English because I'm going to be teaching this. So this is an exception. But other jobs, you're probably going to be doing a CV in Spanish. So yeah, there you have it. All right. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to tell me like you always do. Leave a comment. Yeah, and I will try to answer as quickly and as best as I can. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Hasta luego. Ciao.